Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Theater of Football. Today, we're going to be discussing United's match trip down to the South Coast to play Brighton. I'm Mike Hodem, and today I'm joined by Patrick Heinrich. Patrick,
Hey,
you
man.
looking forward to Brighton's match, or the match
Oh
against
yeah,
Brighton?
yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to the Manchester United Brighton match. I think it'll be something that I'll be looking forward to see a win on. Based on where we're at, we need those 3 points. So you definitely want to get a win under our hat there. So I'll be watching it very enthusiastically, looking for a win.
Yeah, I think we agree. We need pretty much as many points as possible from now until the end of the season to give ourselves the best chance of qualifying for the Champions League. Looking at the table now, and given Leicester's lack of form both before and post break, they might be the more vulnerable team compared to Chelsea. We're currently 6 points back of them, so they're not definitely out of reach by any means at this point. So might be looking at them. One team who had played Leicester after the break was Brighton, and they were probably unfortunate not to get all 3 points out of that match. I believe it finished a 0-0 draw. And given Brighton's position in the table, you look at they have 5 teams below them, starting 5 points back of them. Brighton's currently on 33 points. Usually you want to get to 40 points to make sure you're safe from relegation, but how the 5 teams behind them have been playing lately, and given Brighton's form, I think they're going to be well safe when it comes to the last couple matches of the league season. What do you think, Patrick?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for Norwich. I mean, I definitely think they were looking for a win in the game versus Manchester United this weekend. Obviously, they didn't get that. They're last in the table. I think they're definitely probably given up. So I think looking at the next 4 teams above them, I think there's going to be a bit of a fight there. But I think Brighton is in the best position of where they're at to stave off relegation.
Yeah, to your point against Norwich, winning the FA Cup quarterfinal, getting the semifinal could have kickstarted their league campaign as well. So
Right.
to not do that, the players looked very crestfallen at the final whistle. They looked essentially resigned to their fate at this point. So I definitely don't think Brighton needs to worry about Norwich, but there's other 4 teams down there: West Ham, Watford, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa. They don't look like they're going to do themselves any favor. It just seems like whoever's the worst of the worst is going to go down. Usually you have 1 or 2 teams that try to really, make a run late in the year to get out of that relegation zone. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. So I think Brighton will be safe. But having said that, they're going to be looking to win themselves still
Definitely.
against United. So it's going to be a tough match, especially if United put in a similar performance as they did at Norwich on Saturday.
Yeah.
Team news, not much to touch upon for either team, really. The one issue which I would have maybe liked if Solskjaer mentioned this on his Norwich pre-match press conference, but he got bombarded by Liverpool questions. With Angel Gomes, Solskjaer said that he does not expect Gomez to sign a new contract, and his contract is up on Wednesday, I believe. He's rumored to be potentially signing with Chelsea or Juventus. So that's really disappointing if you've watched Angel play for the reserve sides through the years or for the England youth teams. You can see he's got tons of talent. It would have been nice to keep him at the club.
Yeah.
Back to Ole, when we sold Lukaku and put Sanchez out on loan, he said that that'll bring more opportunities for the likes of Greenwood, Chong, and Gomez. We've seen plenty of Greenwood, so he kept his promise there. Chong, not so much of, but definitely more than Gomez. So it's disappointing that Angel didn't really get a chance to show what he could do in the first team this season, don't you think, Patrick?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, certainly kept his promise with Greenwood. I think that it would have been nice to see Gomez with more playing time, and then just to say at this point that they're not going to renew his contract. I mean, it just seems seems pretty bad in my opinion. But maybe he'll go somewhere and have another opportunity to get some more time. I definitely would rather him stay at Manchester United. Love to keep some of those organically grown players. And that's what I'm always interested in. But
Yeah.
it's tough to hear. I agree.
Yeah, hopefully for him, he kickstarts his career. I think he would have signed a new contract if maybe Solskjaer gave him a few more games. And what's frustrating about that is we signed Bruno and he's come in and been great for us. But there wasn't really any other players that played similar position or style. You look at Lingard or Andreas Pereira or Juan Mata, who you would think that deserve. They've gotten plenty of opportunities to impress, to do well in the team, and they just haven't taken them through the years.
Right.
Gomez never got that opportunity, so I think from that standpoint, that makes this doubly disappointing. That if there were players in form playing well to keep them out of the team, that's one thing, but there really wasn't. So he really should have gotten a little bit more time than he did receive this year. So really disappointing news there. But hopefully he finds a good situation for himself to kickstart his career, and hopefully United can move on and continue to give opportunities to some other young players.
Yep.
So moving back to the Brighton match, as I said, our performance against Norwich wasn't very good on Saturday. Patrick, are you expecting a side similar to that that took charge against Sheffield United on Wednesday tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely expecting to see, some of the similar lineup to the Blades game. I'm looking forward to seeing Pogba and Matic back at it again. I think we'll definitely get Martial back out in front. I think, it'll be interesting to see the difference in style of play, and if we keep that same momentum that we had against the Blades, I'd like to see a similar side. Hopefully we'll keep some of that momentum from earlier in the week, and then don't let the game against Norwich disrupt that flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just, I think what we've seen the first three matches back, that Pogba and Matic seems to be the more impressive holding midfield pairing compared to McTominay and Fred. The problem being Matic's age. I don't think he can start 2 matches in a week, especially if the temperature is hot. So
right.
That's difficult for him. And then Ole as well, because Ole also has to try and manage Pogba's minutes, because you'd rather him play fewer minutes and still have an impact on the squad than throwing him out there for 90 minutes every 3 days and having him potentially pick up another injury that's going to keep him out for another 2 months or something. So it's a fine balancing point that that managers have to deal with, and this is one for Ole. But I do expect to see the pair of them to start against Brighton. I doubt either will see the whole 90, or maybe at least one will be taken off at some point, I would think. Keeps rotating the squad, but I think it's important to have their control and creativity in front of that the back four. So
absolutely.
Another player I can guarantee we'll see is Aaron Wan-Bissaka again.
Oh, right.
I didn't think Dalot exactly covered himself in glory against Norwich, and was an early withdrawal from that game. So that will welcome Aaron back, definitely.
I'm looking forward to some Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, I always do too. So that should be fun. Going beyond that, Patrick. So what do you see happening in this match? What's your score prediction?
My score prediction is 2-1 Manchester United victory. So I think both Brighton and Manchester United are going to be playing for the win. Certainly they have different reasons for why they're playing for the win. Obviously, we're trying to get into the top four. Brighton's trying to stave off relegation. I think both of us have a good amount of reason to play really hard. So I think my expectation is that I'm looking forward to perhaps a very exciting first half. Like a 1-1 at the half, and then hopefully Manchester United comes in with the the goal in the second half. But I think both teams will come out really strong. So I think it should be a very fun first half.
Yeah, I also think it'll finish 2-1 to United. And Brighton under Graham Potter have played some good football at times this season, some good possession-based football. So I think we might have a little less of the ball than we had at Norwich, or maybe
Well, sure.
at home against Sheffield United. But that might not necessarily be a bad thing, as we've seen time and time again this season that we can be devastating if we get on the break with Rashford and Martial.
Yeah.
So I do see Brighton getting a goal, and us pushing late maybe for a winner and getting one. So
Yeah.
2-1, I think, to United for me as well. I hate to choose the same scoreline, but that's what I was thinking before we got on here, and I'm going to stick with it. So
Great. Like minds.
yes. So yeah, 2-1 from both of us for a United victory. And that's about all we got for our Brighton preview. We'll be back after the match to give our reactions to what will hopefully, from our opinion, be another 3 points for United and inching closer to the top four. But for now, the curtain is closing on the theater of football. Please give your opinions of how you think the match will go in the comment section below, and like and subscribe to our channel. For Patrick, I'm Mike. Thank you for watching.
Cheers.